Hey guys, Elite Legionario here, bringing you a 1 vs 1 for Shogun 2 Total War Fall of the Samurai. This time I'll be testing out some of my new units up against Kotang 310. So, my forces consist of some Yarikachi that I'd recently upgraded. They hold your ground. I know it's very lame. Of course, here's my general here in the black. And I have some Yariki, Swift Death. This is a Black Bear Infantry, which I named the Black Watch after the kind of Scottish-British unit, you know. Here's some White Death, which is White Bears, all white and everything. Over here, some more Yariki. And this unit here, the 256 Tosa Guard. This is a vetted Tosa rifle unit. I recently unlocked Tosas, and I've had some vets. And here's just a plain Tosa over here as well, so packing some of them. And I believe that's my infantry now, for now. And over here, hidden in the woods, is 2 units of carbine cavalry, which is pretty cool cav. I quite like it anyway, which I want to hope to use on a rainy day. Now, I believe my opponent's army is mostly just sort of low-quality units, because I believe he told me that a lot of his vets have been wounded. So he's brought a really big, but pretty average sort of infantry contingent. So I was feeling pretty confident I could win, or at least I was a wee bit concerned about the sheer amount of men he's got. Over here, he's got 4 units of White Tiger Force. So they're not a great unit, in my opinion. He's got some Gitanakachi, some Spear Levy, his general obviously. Over here he's got some Spear Levy, he's got 2 Yariki and several Black Tortoise, 3 Black Tortoise forces and some more Spear Levy and a Shogatai. So if I don't play my cards carefully, I will, I could still easily bugger it up, and knowing me with my ability on Fall of the Samurai, there's a high possibility I might just do so. But anyway, he's going to try outflank me, but I'm going to let him think that's okay, and then I'm going to sort of take some pot shots right on his flank with my carbine cav. And I want to use my long range Tosas to try and open up on him and force him to come forward, make use of their better range. So I'm bringing them up now, but I've got to be careful of these cav, which were a bit of a concern if I wasn't paying enough attention. Anyway, so they're going to open up, thin out some of his forces. Same thing over here. I really like Tosa Riflemen, they're very cool. Very useful little unit. So he's going to come forward, and I believe I start to pull back, or I should be. It'd be ideal if I do, while he's still moving. Yeah, see, these need to be coming back. So this is the kind of mistakes I sometimes make. I take too long to get them back, and I take a lot of casualties. He's going to try and outflank me here, but I'm going to try and spring my carbine cav and take some nice shots on him while I pin him down with my Yarikachi. So I'm going to pin down some of these Shogatai. Fight, he should win really. He's got better infantry, but I'm going to get into his flank. I'm now opening up onto this group of units over here, and I'm also opening up from the flank with my carbine cav, which is a bit obstructed actually by this terrain, unfortunately. But this unit here is at wavering point. It's only a Spear Levy though, and I'm moving around the flank here, and I'm just trying to take some pop shots at any of these Black Tortoise force, and I do manage to well, actually I got pretty owned by that Shogatai actually. But over here I'm still taking nice pop shots with my Tosa Rifleman at anything that's retreating, and he is taking some pretty severe casualties. But again, like I keep explaining, I'm just not very good at Fall of the Samurai. So you'll see me make plenty of mistakes in this video, and probably a lot more to come. So yeah, he's going to try and chase down my carbine cav, and I'm trying to get around behind him with my Yariki and take some more shots at him. Now I'm going to bring my other carbine cav and try and get some pop shots on him as well while he's trying to pull out. Here he's going to try and outflank me though, because I'm not paying that much attention, so here's some more mistakes on my part. Many mistakes will be made. and I'm not covering myself very well, and I really stupidly let my my toasters get hit by these Shogun. So there's some more glorious mistakes for you guys to have a good chuckle at. Too busy focusing on the other side of the battle. I don't know what it is. I don't micro very well on this, so I do lose quite a few men there. I'm going to pull out though. My general's going to cover me while my Yari Ki does a nice strike on these Shogun, so hopefully that makes up for that blunder. And I do manage to rout it, so, and save most of my toaster units, so I'm alright. And I'm going to take some more pot shots at the spear levy. At this point he's bringing his cav in, and he's bringing up the rest of his men to assault me, and this is smart because now he's just really dividing my attention. He's a really bad piece of micro on my part. My general and my Yari Ki get caught with the backs turned. It's quite amusing and sad to watch yourself get owned. So there's pretty much my cav gone, and a very sad display of micro. But his men get clumped up and they do get caught in range of my carbine cav, so I do manage to rout or force his men to rout, and I'm crossfiring on the other side of my general. And I'm also shooting with my own gun units, but he's pushing forward with his weight now, so I'm in pretty big trouble. So I'm going to move back into the woods and hopefully use that for some cover to help me. And I'm also just taking some more shots at my carbine cav. I must admit I was enjoying my carbine cav in this fight. But as you can see, I'm a terrible micro on For the Samurai. I don't play it that often. Don't get me wrong, I really like it, but I'm just not very good at it. And again, it's not into my style of play, which is kind of like sword infantry and you know, like Rome, Medieval 2, even the regular Shogun 2 type armies. You know, I'm much better at that kind of thing than I am at this. If you've watched the few videos of Empire Total War I have, you'll probably notice I'm not very good at them either, but it's all plenty of fun, and it's good to bring some variation to the channel, and I do like this kind of approach to battle, but I will confess I'm not that good at it yet. I'm sure I'd get there if I spent enough time at it, but it kind of just annoys me when I keep getting beaten, so you know, I'm not that consistent with it. But anyway, my toasters are opening up. I'm trying to use the forest as cover and just to keep kind of make a steady withdrawal, because he gets steadily, every time he chases me, he'd chase me up the hill. But again, he's doing like a meat shield here, and I am inflicting some pretty heavy casualties on him, and I was pretty pleased with myself. And here his Katana Kachi are going to get ripped up before they can really get to me. I wish I hadn't made that massive blunder with my cav with their backs turned before. It was kind of amusing to watch it, but if I hadn't done that, I reckon I probably could have been in a better position, because I could have rushed a lot of them, you know, kind of in the flanks, and I could have really messed them up pretty bad, because my carbine cav was right there to cover my cav as well. But anyway, I'm opening up on his forces, and I should be pulling back now. Watching it now, it's quite like, what the hell am I doing? You're letting your toasters get hit by these close range units. You need to be pulling back. And he's peeling off a unit of Black Dwarf's force, so now my carbine cav are getting owned, so there's some pretty shocking micro mistakes going on my part. But it's all in good fun. I figure you can all just have a nice laugh at my expense here. I'm getting owned by a pretty low quality army. But it all looks good and flashy on the screen, and trying to, you know, sound like I know what I'm doing. When in theory I only have a very vague idea of how this game works, or For the Samurai works. But basically I'm just trying to pull back into the woods, get more cover, and best use my range. My micro's just not up with my plan. So I am inflicting some pretty heavy casualties on him, but I mean, his force is so large that it's taking quite a bit of effort to do it. But I did thoroughly enjoy this fight, and my opponent was a good sport, so it was all fun. And I probably should spread myself out a bit more on these black bears, which would be able to get more gunfire down. And they do open up quite nicely, and I do manage to get a lot of kills. I don't go down easily, give me that much at least, but I should have been able to beat this force. That muck up with the cav was really quite disgraceful. But I'm trying to pull back here, get more terrain, but I'm going to take too many casualties doing that as well, so I don't even pull back that well. So here he's using his levies to keep me out of the action. This is sort of just a big mass number army, and he's actually using it pretty well. I thought, and he have to admit, I'll have to try it myself if I get my all my veterans destroyed in battle, which knowing me will probably very, very likely happen. So I'm using my Toaster Rifleman to open up here with what few men they have left. So basically it's my micro. I don't know, I just don't really micro very well on Fall of the Samurai. I just, you know, I'm not that good at it yet. But I'm just trying to make some nice pot shots on him. And I'm opening up on a spear levy with my carbine cav, which I put into loose just in case, you know, when I have to get over to the action. And I must admit, I'm really liking this cav unit. I must get the Imperial Guard cav. I think that looks like such an awesome unit. I probably should keep pulling back, but at this point I think, well, there's only so far I can go back before he's just going to rip me to bits, so I just stay in it and fight to the very bitter end at this point. And the Black Watch are holding out nicely. Probably still a disgrace to the real version in the distant lands of Britain. So here I'm just going to get onto his flanks and try and use my carbine cav just to open up and go out with the style, and I probably just shot one of my... I'm shooting my own men now. I think I realised I was doing it too, so there was some... I'm pretty sure that was me. Yeah, I don't think his Black Taurs were in range. I think I just shot some of my own men, so there was a really good display of micro. And as you can see, I'm getting too close here, so I make a lot of micro mistakes on Fall of the Samurai, but I still really, really enjoy it, and sometimes I might pull off something quite nice, but it's pretty rare. I'm not really good at this line infantry gun army builds. I like them, and I really enjoy playing them, and I do like getting better at them, but that is quite tough. But my men have certainly inflicted a lot of casualties on him. It was a pretty huge army he had, that's for real. Pretty damn massive. We'll soon find out in the stats, but he was a good sport, and it was good fun. And he said, I asked him why he was using an army like this, and he said all his vets were dead meat, and I just had to have a laugh because it so reminded me of myself. He's a really good display of some interesting micro work on my part as well, getting myself caught like spear levy. And that's pretty much me defeated at this point, guys. And his army's not as badly dented as I would have liked it to be, but never mind. Costly enemy victory, it's good enough for me. Like I keep saying, Fall of the Samurai is not my forte, but it is a very good game, and if you haven't got it, you should get it. I think if you like the Total War series, because it is a lot of fun, and you probably, you know, easily become a lot better than me at it. But certainly a really fun game. So I had 900 men here, 2,100, so he did have well over twice as many men as me. I lost 637 men, and I killed 1,318, and he killed 583, so I mean, I thought I did alright. My Toasters here got 369 kills, so my Carbine Cav 247, this Toast 165, 147 for this Black Bear Infantry, and 115 for this White Bear. Everything actually did really good, but I just did bad micro. I really stuffed it with my Yari key. If I had not stuffed that, I would have reckoned I could have won that one. Let's see, his best unit was his Shogun with 118, and some of his White Tigers did okay. Those White Tiger and Black Bears, not Black Bears, Black Tortoise, but they were really junk infantry. Good for meat fodder, sort of like, what's the word I'm looking for, cannon fodder or meat shielding. I've got muddled there, and that sort of thing, but I mean, it was a really fun fight, and he was a good opponent. And I mean, my 256 Toaster Guards got like 369 kills. That is pretty awesome. And my Carbine Cav 247 is a really cool unit. It requires a bit of microing, but it's a very fun unit. And Imperial Guard Cavalry must be even more cooler because it's much better. And of course, there's 165 of these Toasters. I mean, everything actually did pretty good. There was a lot of enemies there, I'll say that much. And the General got 56, but that shocking mistake with my Cav hitting the flank like that was costly. It was very costly. So if that didn't happen, I think I could have won. But a really good game to Coat Hanger 310. I understand what you mean about damaged vets. Most of mine spend their time damaged. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Good laugh at my expense there. It's all good. And I hope I can bring you more better micro battles on Fall of the Samurai in the future. So Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon next time.